Hello and welcome to the Wheel to Wheel podcast with Ali and Hakeem. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And
subscribe.
That's it. It's
That's
key,
the
guys.
one.
If you want to know about F1, weekly news, updates, reviews, everything, then subscribe.
And it's free. No money involved,
Yeah,
mate.
no money. Hakeem, we are back, and it's good to be back. And it is the start of the 2026 Formula One season with this new engine regulation. And where to begin? And Australian Grand Prix. And it was eventful. We learnt a lot. So did the drivers.
Facts.
What did you think?
I'm not going to lie. My expectations of this were very low, innit? With the whole battery deployment, all those little things. And I was amazed. Lights out. Quite interesting. Very interesting. Like, I like the whole Charles and George back and forth going on. It was, how can I say? It was an artificial.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know?
On these new regs, like, I want to, before the race, let's start back to the start of the Grand Prix weekend, free practice and even through qualifying. We knew that there were going to be a lot of issues. Like, it was not going to be a perfect race. We knew that we were going to see a lot of retirements, a lot of reliability issues, as we saw Max having software issues, losing the rear axle and just going into the barriers, starting P20. And then we also saw with Oscar Piastri, which was very sad to see at his home race. And Australian drivers just don't get it good in Australia, do they? And that curse continues. You know, Oscar was probably hoping that he could break it. But I think deep down he knew the McLaren wasn't there. But that's a story for later. But on these regs, yeah, it wasn't perfect. We knew that coming in. A lot of issues, a lot of niggles to figure out. But it was a learning. Like, it was learning for us, learning for the drivers.
Very confusing, though, to be honest, because even when we were watching qualifying, it was really weird to see someone go purple, and then abort the lap.
It's about battery deployment. That's the key, isn't it? It's just managing power, where to deploy it, how to defend with the battery, how to attack with the battery. And I feel like the people with the most knowledge of that were the midfield, because they were in constant action. Yes, we did see quite a bit of action between George and Leclerc for the front, but that was like 9 or 10 laps. But they felt like they were rushing it. They just felt like, oh no, I want to take the lead now. Give it to me. So I felt like they were just kind of just having fun with it rather than not just learning for it, you know. Whereas the others, the best one was, I think, Norris and Verstappen. Yeah. That battle, I felt like Norris learned where to deploy the battery and how to defend. But we'll get onto the Norris Verstappen bit later. But were you surprised to see Mercedes that dominant?
To be honest, I was expecting them 30 seconds up the road.
Yeah.
I'm actually a lot happier the way that they were only like, almost like 9 seconds ahead, which it does still sound bad, innit? But for me, it's salvageable because I believe going forward with upgrades and when the teams bring stronger packages, understand more about these regulations, it's going to be a lot better. For me, this is not going to be 2014 at all.
Interesting. A lot of people are calling it 2014 because obviously Mercedes dominated with their engine and it's looking like it's the same way. I was pleasantly surprised to see that Ferrari was a lot closer to Mercedes. Just any team was closer to Mercedes, and it was nice to see that. But it was also evident as well to see that it felt like Mercedes are relying on the engine a lot more, because I think Ferrari actually have a much better chassis. I think they have the best chassis on the grid, which is crazy to say. Obviously, people can argue Aston Martin is Adrian Newey, but that's a story for another day. Ferrari dominated. I think they had better cornering speeds. I think they were better in that aspect than Mercedes were. Mercedes was much dominant in the power.
Straight lines. You can tell that even Ferrari, what they've done was even a lot of their packages, they put a lot of focus on the rear, so much focus so that their downforce is probably a lot better than the other teams as well. So I believe Ferrari are more experimental when it comes to how much downforce they're applying at the rear.
They're very innovative. Yeah, surprisingly so. They're very innovative.
But do you think it's going to go down to the usual Ferrari phenomenon where the very good at the beginning, middle,
with upgrades.
Yes, and then at the end they pick up again. But that's always been their kind of thing. High start, middle, then at the end they pick up again.
I'm hoping that it will be different, and I'm hoping that because maybe they're a bit more motivated seeing where they are. They have, obviously, Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion with them. In his first proper year, I know his first year was last year, but first proper year in the sense that it's a brand new car where he has, as you like to say, his DNA's in the car, as sexual as that sounds. But obviously he has some involvement in the car, and he looks much stronger, much better. And they're going in with the different variables than last season before. So I think they can be better. With an input from Lewis Hamilton. They have the motivation to see, hang on, Mercedes aren't that far behind. We're motivated by that. And I also do believe that there's going to be Ferrari tracks, Mercedes tracks.
True.
You're going to see, I think China, obviously, Mercedes are going to do, they've got massive straights.
Yeah, but don't you have that long turn as well, innit?
That first turn.
That's a good charging zone right there, to be fair.
I can see Ferrari being strong there, but I could just see that.
And it's a sprint too.
Yeah.
So if they get a good start front row start, they can hold it down for 19 laps. I would believe
and
so.
On the starts, you can see Ferrari again were very dominant. Leclerc just catapulted into first place from turn 1. Mercedes obviously had a bit of a dodgy start. Even Hadjar had a better start, but I think Max said in the starts they didn't have any battery from the start. So even though Hadjar got off good, he just didn't have power to actually take George, because he would have actually taken first place.
Oh, that's mad to think though.
Because he had a better start. When we were watching it, I felt like, Hadjar's going to take this. But then he just slowed down, didn't he?
But that's why I think it's so confusing, because sometimes you just see them nowhere, then all of a sudden it's just a boost of speed and you just don't know what each driver has at their disposal.
Before we go into the other teams and just on the topic of regulation, what do you think? Are you happy about it? Are you optimistic? What's your
overall take?
Opinion on it? I know it's only first race and it's harsh to judge based off of one Grand Prix, but we have a good understanding now where we're kind of in the dark about how's it going to go. But now that we've seen one race, what's your opinion of it?
I believe that it needs to get thrown in the bin after after you're down the line. Because you know what it is, right? It's really cool, like the fact that, you have the little back and forth, the power deployment, whatever, right? But there's a point where these drivers aren't going all out in a lap. It's the abortion of a lap. Sometimes I see them set purple sectors and then they're just aborting the lap. Then is the whole recovery part. It's just not real racing, you know what I mean? Like we need to see that all the way through. It's like this regulation is very mixed for me. There's parts I do love about it. I love the smaller cars. I love the fact that they can tackle these cars a lot better than the ground effects. However, the battery deployment just takes us all back again. It's like 2 steps back.
I agree. And this is the FIA's way of bringing in new fans. Especially last year, the ground effects regulation, a lot of us were complaining about dirty air championship. Fair enough, but at least in the ground effects, we saw them at least pushing the car to the limit, and we saw overtakes based off of drivers' ability and not just I've got more power than you, like Frieza and Goku is like we're in Dragon Ball Z or something. It's like, this ain't even my final form. I'm like, man.
It's like a battle of boost, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like nitrous. Like
F1's become an anime. Literally, it's like I've got more power. Like you just activated my trump card boost, and it's and I really do think that it's FIA's way of bringing in new fans, more money, more deals, and all that stuff. But what about us? What about the fans that put the sport, to where it is? Obviously, older fans did that, but like along the way, it's just what happens to us where we enjoy pure racing.
Yeah, that's what it is about, though, isn't it? But it's like, I just hope that they learn from this and they understand that even the whole battery deployment thing, I get F1's a testing grounds for these new technologies and, you know, building electric engines or whatever. But
no, that's what Formula E is for. F1's not for that. F1 is not for that. But we need engines. We need like proper engine in the car. We don't need this battery electricity coming in, man.
But this always gets even more mad, because what's even more harmful for the environment is that they have to over rev these engines, work them out. That's worse for the environment. So it's like they're trying to solve one
net zero. Aren't
they? So it's like you're trying to solve one thing, but then it's like there's something else that's becoming off it because of this.
Let me tell you what certain drivers. We already know what Max thinks of these regulations.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah.
And I don't know about you. I think he's spot on about it.
Yeah.
He's a pure racer.
I mean, you know, it's annoying, yeah, but it's like, I feel like I have more in common with Max
than you do with Lewis.
Because you know what it is, because at his heart, he's actually just a racer. Like he just cares about the racing, man. Like
he cares about the integrity of the sport.
You know what I mean? Like this, if you just put a V10 in there, forget this whole battery deployment.
Put a V10 in a trolley.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, put a V10 in a trolley. He would max it out. You know, pun intended, and he'll just go for it, bro. That's what it's meant to be, man.
Well, I mean, obviously he's come out and he's had his opinion on the new regulations. He's not a fan. All about he said it's like, because if I wanted to do that, I'd play Mario Kart at home. And funnily enough, I don't know if you've heard Leclerc's radio. He was like, it's like a mushroom in Mario Kart, and that's what it does. Again, it comes back to FIA trying to make the sport very entertaining for new fans who don't understand the sport completely, and they just want to see it. It's like, oh my gosh, that's an overtake.
Yeah,
and there's another overtake.
Yes.
I was thinking, yeah, but
you don't know about these
forget
overtakes.
Those guys.
They're not skills. Like, you know what I mean?
Why do you want fans like that who's not going to take the time and, you know, want to learn about the sport and get into it? Why do you want to? Again, this just comes down to money.
Exactly.
It's greed. It's greed, and I'm not here for it.
But it's just that's what always comes into sports, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's the cliche of it. The bigger it gets.
Yeah. Let's move on, because I feel like we can run for ages on this. Let's go over to McLaren and Red Bull. Obviously, at the start of the race, not even before the race, we saw Oscar Piastri crash out on his home race.
Not in the formation lap.
Another curse for another Aussie cursed in Australia, down under. So sad. He had a bit of a torque.
Yeah, it was just so unfortunate, man. I think I was just trying to find the gears and doing that.
Just had a burst of power and just into the barrier. Sad to see. And then we also had Lando Norris, who was also struggling that weekend. Looks like McLaren haven't found their footing just yet. But I think Lando's probably got a good bit of data as you saw him defend against Max.
Yeah.
And sorry, I need to circle back to the regulation, because I felt like that Max versus Lando was like a very good example of, like, I feel like there's a flaw in these regulations, boost power thing, because I think once drivers, and this is why I said that the midfield actually gathered probably the best data than the others, because once you find out, okay, you don't want to rinse all your power, maybe do a short burst here, maybe a little bit over there to defend. It's like once you figure out where to deploy the battery, I think it's going to be really hard for cars to overtake.
Yeah, because I think the first, second, third lap or whatever, they're just finding it out, innit?
They were just rinsing the battery. It's like when you play a new video game, you're just like pressing the right trigger or R2, just rinsing it just to have fun with it.
Doing it ultra over and over again, innit? But that's what I mean. Like, it's just artificial in that aspect. But I don't know if it's one of those things where from track to track, they are going to be variables. So I don't know if it's one of those things where for 2 or 3 laps, we're going to see drivers initially gathering intel, where's good, where's bad, and then after that, once they figure it out, it's just going to become one of those back and forths again. You know,
I don't like it, man. I don't like it, but I got to deal with it. I love the sport too much, so we'll be here every week complaining about it. On Red Bull, obviously you saw Max having the software issue, and another thing on the regulation that you're gonna have these niggles for the first couple Grand Prix of them finding the footing. Software issue, he lost the rear axle straight into the barrier, out in qualifying, starting P20, recovered into P6.
Max would, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I expected it. but I'm going to take away his shine, and he already took away his own shine, and he was very honest about it. You know, P20 to P6 is expected from Max, but it's a bit glossed over because, as he said, he's just repassing cars that he's 2 seconds faster. So obviously he didn't really take much like pride over what he achieved.
I get that.
Yeah, and it's all this power mode. You're faster than these cars, but once he actually came up against a top 4 team in Lando Norris, you saw them being a bit held up by it.
And it was crazy, like, because Lando and Max, I never thought they would even have back and forth. I thought Max would just overtake Lando easily.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, he put it down to them not being competitive on the hard compound tire, which it could be down to. And also, I feel like I put it down to Lando just knowing where to deploy the battery.
He's a defending world champion now, isn't it?
He is a defending world champion. One. I remember that in the F1 intro. He let us all know that he's number one. Not just on his car, but in the F1 intro every week. One. No, he did well. He did well to defend. He figured it out. He's just good data, isn't it, at the end of the day? Red Bull, actually, I feel like they're in a good place. Obviously, you can trust Red Bull to obviously make those developments to
get rid of those gremlins that they have. Yeah.
But they did have a reliability issue. Isaac Hadjar out.
It's a shame.
The engine. And he's another curse in Australia for Isaac Hadjar, sorry. And another DNF.
He hasn't completed a race. He hasn't completed a lap. Wait. A race.
No, he hasn't
a race.
lap,
Yeah, that's bad.
DNF in Australia again. Ford, 1 out of the 4 Ford engine cars, which isn't the worst actually in the first. Why not get it out now?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I know I'm trying to gloss over and give it silver lining, but why not get over it now? Because you saw Cadillac go out as a Ferrari run engine, so Ferrari stayed in. A couple other Ferrari cars were still in. So again, it's good.
It's not too bad. I mean,
it's good
even Mercedes, let's be real. I mean, this ain't their first engine.
Yeah,
and they just started, so they're not bad.
But we knew that there was going to be a lot of reliability issues. I thought Red Bull were going to be fine with the engine straight away, to be honest. But again, nobody's perfect in this engine regulations. It was bound to happen. But yeah, Red Bull not bad actually. I mean, Hadjar did a really good performance putting that car into 3rd place behind the Mercedes, so 8/10 off of George. Big, it is big. And
Lindblad as well. Like, he's another one that's gone under the radar too. But he's done really well. Like, I know it's like really surprised us in the 2025 season, but I believe Lindblad's gonna.
Lindblad at one point was 3rd in the Grand Prix, you know,
and he was good. Like, he
started 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
He must have had a really good launch.
No, I think Lewis was 7th. To be fair, I think
No, was it?
Yeah, Lewis was 7th.
He must have been 8th.
And then McLaren, and then you have to remember Oscar was out, so there was a gap as well. So
yeah.
But I think I worked in Lewis.
He started 8th on the.
Yeah. So he was grid. Quite good though.
So 8th to 3rd in lap 1. Obviously, he didn't complete the lap in 3rd.
Yeah, but Racing Bull though, and
Racing Bull's looking good.
Yeah, man.
But we knew that. I think we all knew that. Racing Bulls, they're ahead of the midfield. Them and Haas, they look like they're the most competitive in the midfield. But back onto Red Bull quickly. Where would you place them?
I think they are a solid 3rd.
3rd?
I think a solid
I'd agree
3rd.
with you.
Yeah.
I think in the hands of Max. So it's we don't have that
yet.
We don't have that knowledge of like where would Max place that Red Bull if he didn't have that issue in qualifying, because he would have placed 3rd. I'm confident he would have placed 3rd. Because I don't think he's beating even Kimi in the Mercedes. I think he probably would have got it maybe 4 to 5 tenths off of the Mercedes.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Because if Hadjar was 8 tenths off of George, I think he probably would have been 5.
However, just because it's Max, I'm going to put this little thing there saying just because of Max, and if he was close to George, I could see Max making George do some errors.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because even Leclerc
did make George lock up.
You know what I'm saying? And just to add what you were talking about the last time we were talking about this, can George does he have that mindset to just be chilled at the front?
But he's chilled at the moment because I think he's got this assurance that, we're gonna dominate this.
Yeah, but I don't know. He has a shakiness.
After that first race, you can see him in the cool down room. He really wanted to put the pressure. You see him what he's trying to do to Leclerc. He's really trying to put the pressure on Leclerc, saying like, "Oh, you guys were fast. You guys weren't slow. You're fast." I feel like he's trying to deflect. But I think deep down, maybe he's thinking, "Shit, we're not that fast, that much faster." But they will dominate.
Yeah,
they will dominate.
But it's not like it's not RB19 scary.
Yeah, I do feel like Ferrari will win a couple races. I think like a Monaco, I could see Ferrari.
Yeah, that's them. Definitely.
But who knows? Like, listen, this is start new regs. You're going to see the teams putting so much resources into development.
True.
And we're going to see a bit more competitiveness. I don't think we're going to see any different in China, in all honesty. I think China will see
it's a sprint
win.
But it's a sprint weekend as well.
I get it. But I think just based off of just the track itself, I could see Mercedes winning that one again, whether it's Kimi. On Kimi, he could do a bit of damage to George, you know.
He was closing it down.
He was, but I do think George was looking off his tyres a bit. I can see him. He just needs to iron out a few details because I think he is rough around the edges. I think if he can get a bit of consistency going, he can challenge George. But as it stands, it's George's championship to lose.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one.
Just to close off on this podcast, let's just talk about Aston Martin very quickly. In the race, you know what? They weren't even doing a race. They were just doing practice. They used the Australian Grand Prix as their testing because they didn't get testing. So one thing I will say, I'm going to be positive about Aston Martin, and it's hard to find positivity in such a terrible start to the season. And Fernando has even said it. It's like he can see that there is potential in the car. Even the start, Alonso did well. He goes, at least we have that data because they never did testing to do the starts.
Oh, nice.
So this is the first time doing a start. Can you believe that?
Weird.
That's their first chance doing a test, starting the race. And you can see there is potential in the car. They just need to sort out that Honda power unit.
True.
And I think we can see, I'm not saying they're going to be up in first, second, third or anything like that, but they could get into the midfield. Maybe I'd like to see them compete a bit more before the halfway season. Like I'm saying, like May, hopefully we can start seeing a better Aston Martin.
For me, I'm gonna put all the stock into next year for them.
I think for sure.
From next year, I believe that gremlin of the engine or whatever will be ironed out. I'm actually not worried for them because they got Adrian Newey. Let's be real. I'm not worried for Aston Martin. I believe it's not really if, it's when. Adrian is gonna cook up something even better next year. They're gonna iron out that engine, fix it up, and they're gonna be a real threat.
There will be
in 2027.
I know we're still gonna finish up on that, but this is what we're gonna finish up. Audi in the points in their first race in Formula One. Bortoleto, he did well, and Hulkenberg obviously.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna throw him under the bus, because originally I wanted to.
You're not throwing me under the bus. I was backing them from the beginning.
Listen, I wanted to vote for Audi, innit? But he kind of made me go for Cadillac, innit? He made me do it, innit? But listen, from what I'm seeing now, already in the points, they are going to be crazy, bro.
But they had the team, and I was saying this all throughout last season. They actually have a really structured
they got
team.
Binotto.
Binotto, Wheatley, young talent Bortoleto, an experienced driver in Hulkenberg, and it's just got the perfect ingredients.
Everything.
Yes.
Like, I don't think they have any. I don't think I can grudge them on anything yet. Like, they've actually made very good, logical decisions.
And it's exciting for them as well as the season progresses and what they can achieve with their upgrades.
Facts.
And where they could end up by the end of the season. Because where they end up at the end of the season is a good indication where they will go, their trajectory in these regulations. Because they can potentially be good. Like, I'm not saying like championship material just yet, but they can knock on the door on 5th place or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think give them 3 years. And who knows? They might even be up there with other Germans.
Well, on that note, Well, yeah, on that note, that's it, guys.
Time to
Tune
end.
back in next week after the Chinese Grand Prix, but 2 back-to-back races. We're getting spoiled a little bit.
What we need,
but another early morning one. So,
yeah, that's only grudge, really.
but all right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.